everyone! Recently I've come across a huge opportunity and I've been working hard on managing my storage space on my iPad and other things in order to make sure I can do this opportunity justice. My mom used to have 3 sewing machines, but recently she tried to get 2 of them to be repaired, only to find out that they were officially unrepairable, meaning that the cost for the repairs would have been more than buying a new machine itself. So I sensed a once-in-a-lifetime chance here and asked Mom if I could take one of the sewing machines apart, and she said yes. So that's what I'm doing here today. I'm going to be taking apart a sewing machine. I got the tool set up. I'm going to be wearing the safety gear, because safety first. Here's the bad boy right here. Inside the case, and we're just going to see what the inside of a sewing machine looks like. How's this going? First, the important part is actually taking this apart. How does this come apart? Oh. So I just got to turn it. There we go. Oh, Mom left instructions here. Oh, these are notes about how to operate the sewing machine, along with the Kenmore Owner's Manual, or at least the table of contents for the Kenmore Owner's Manual. I don't think she's going to need that anymore. So you got the foot pedal right here. We've got some painter's tape right along here. I guess the first thing we see is where are the screws? Because I mean, I can rip this apart, but the less I can rip this apart, the better. I'm not going to be attempting to put this like back together after I'm done. I know I'm not going to have the patience to do that. I'm just going to have the patience to destroy. But if I can avoid a Ice Age incident, that'd be great. So when I was younger, I got back when my parents are actually still customers at McDonald's. Ooh, there's a screw right there. There's a screw right there. I think we'll start with those. Where are my Phillips? Okay. I used to have this toy. There we go. I had this toy that was basically the squirrel from Ice Age. You know, the one who's like constantly hiding its walnuts and whatnot. And I wanted to take it apart, and there were some screws. And for some stupid reason, the screw was with a hexagonal shape. Ooh. Alright. It's magnetic. Sweet. And then I didn't have the tools to take it apart, so I think I tried ripping it apart and I failed utterly. I was kind of like the squirrel of taking the squirrel apart. That's nice that that's magnetic. I see 2 screws here. Ooh. I'm just putting my nail in it, and it's like, I don't want to ruin my nail like that. I've got another flat in here somewhere. Here, right? Also, I should probably be aware of what tools are in here. Okay. Is this flat too thick? As I drop the roller on the ground. Now, I do have like all these other types of tools that I could access on my dad's toolkit from the garage, but I don't feel like going out there right now. We're going to make do with what I got. I got this while I was in Rome. forget why I got it. I think I got it on a lark and then it ended up helping with someone's glasses. They have this store in Rome called Tiger, which is basically IKEA without the furniture. It's like IKEA style without the furniture. It's also if Oriental Trading got its own box store. It did something. Something came loose here. I bought several things from that store and some things proved more successful than others. This was one of the more successful things. The wig was not successful. The wig was super cheap. There are things I resisted buying, like the miniature grocery cart. This is doing something. Ooh. Problem is, I can't really... Like, this would be the perfect length. I could start turning it with my hands, but there's this circular thing that's, like, attached, and there's this thing holding here that's preventing me from, like, grasping it with my hands and twisting it. Kind of reminds me of the magnet attachment to the scanners at work. How long is this screw? Oh, it just got a lot looser. That's a good sign. Yes. Came out. Now this is actually... It is something. There's a screw right here. What if I take that out? What does that do? That did something. That made that loose. It's like, we're hoping this is magnetic. Oh. I heard something drop. What just dropped? It dropped inside the machine. But there, I just found another screw on the side, so we're going to undo that one. Oh, this one just easily came out. Is there any on this side? Where the big guts are? Does this even come out? Maybe I should take off this tape and see what's going on. Ah, the tape was holding the plastic thing there. This is kind of like the meat of the machine right there. I guess the question is, can any of this now come apart? You just see that? Oh! So I gotta like reverse screw this. What did I just do here? No, that just made it worse. Back down. Oh, this seems like it should flip open. Aha! So now I'm kind of holding this in the wrong direction for you guys to see. So I'm going to do this. Also, that probably should be on the ground over there. This is the inside part of a sewing machine, the important part. Not sure what this does. But this is like some sort of lever for like controlling the speed, I would guess. They're actual numbers and they go with progression. Does this come up? Nope. There's another screw right there. Some sort of wire right here. There are lots of screws. There's the light bulb. This probably just comes right out. There's a screw right here for like no apparent reason. I think if I take this door off the hinge, it's going to make it a lot easier to continue moving forward because this thing won't be in the way. So let's... Oh, there you go. Runaway screw. sometimes, like, you know how when you get, like, the screwdriver in and then it's, like, inside the lines of the screw and then it just jumps it, so you're, like, stripping the screwdriver. I've kind of already done it to this guy, but I just felt it do that move again. I was like, oh, although it doesn't look like the screw itself is stripped. Did I got another Phillips I can try this with? This might also be a bit stripped, but I also might have to get like a smaller Phillips to make that work. Oh man, I think that screw is stripped. What if I try the flat here? It's like one of those screws where, I mean, the flat is a bit too big. I don't know how I got this flat. I think it looks like it's from Dad's collection, honestly. And I never bothered returning it. No, the screw itself is stripped. Okay, come on. What if I try the other way? Only part of the door has to come off, not the whole hinge. So, if that screw doesn't come on, hopefully the other two will. I thought it was loose enough with my hands. I'm guessing not. So handy that these screws are magnetic. There we go. The door is off. Bobbin threading. Oh, this gives a little diagram on how to thread the bobbin. Very important at sewing machine. Let's get down on its level or down on my knees. Just knocked over a tripod. Okay. So what I'm looking at right now is, what's this right here? So there's like a light bulb, I guess. I had to push the light bulb up in order to loosen it up, but there was kind of like a little thing there. There's like a screw here that looks like will easily take off the bobbin foot. Let's see if that assumption is right. Yeah! Or like the threader. This is what guides the fabric and says like, sew me here, sew me here. Kind of adorable. We're going to use that as our screw catch now. Where are the other screws? This comes apart like that. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but look at that. Okay. You know what this kind of reminds me of? If you've ever read the Narnia series, Voyage of the Dawn Treader, they had this part of the book where they had these invisible menaces. It's like, why are these people, like, we're so ugly, don't look at us. And you find out the reason why they're invisible is because the magician got fed up with them and then gave them, instead of 2 legs, he fused their legs together so they just have 1 foot like this, so that then they just jump around, and it kind of looks like that. This is the part that goes like up and down. There's another screw right there. This fit. Oh, that's starting to strip that screwdriver. You know what? Before I proceed any further, I think I need to get some different tools. Which, honestly... Ooh, what's this doing? Ah, this is the lever that makes it go up and down. Well, as I get distracted, I think I need different tools because this is starting to like strip the tools that I have. I know once it strips and it's not going to work as well. And I need a little bit more of a variety of flat screwdrivers as well as Phillips screwdrivers in like different sizes. Make this work. Usually when my dad gets to this point of a project, it's a trip to Lowe's. Thankfully this time for me, it's just a trip to the garage. So I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back and I got a nice variety of flat screwdrivers as well as smaller Phillips. And I picked up a couple wrenches because why not? Let's give this a try now. It's righty tighty lefty loosey, right? Yeah. Righty tighty lefty loosey. This is like really stuck in there, man. Ah. No. There we go. It's like these screws are soldered in. But I don't see any soldered marks, so I guess they've just been like in there for a while. Part I'm taking out right now is the socket for the light bulb. Oh. Oh. Okay. So the moment I took this off, instead of coming loose, it went up. And because this part right here, it's attached to a wire, because it's a light bulb, it needs power. I guess if I take apart this part right here, yeah, this is not holding on to as much. Yep. So that takes apart the top from this part. Hey! Yeah. So this little metal bit right here took off this whole thing right here. And that wasn't a screw. Okay. This is literally just stuck in here. Look at this. So I thought this, the way that this looked like it was a backward screw. But no, it's more just like a, I pulled it up all the way here. So is there a way I can, there's like a wire right here. If I can take the wire out, is that like holding it there? So now I have the ability to take this out. Look at that. I have no idea what that was for. Got this other like, these metal reinforcements here, I guess to make sure that the plastic was like being held on. We can easily take that off. Let me get the super small Phillips I brought from downstairs. No, that's not really. Oh, that's doing the stripping effect again. Anyway. I got like the, here. I got like the view of that now. And I hear some moving around in there. I hope you can see it. Yes, I can see like there's some sort of gear in there, kind of like it's on a bike wheel. So I can work on taking this apart, but I think it'll be easier if I stand up and then pull things out. But this is like, there's also like a zip tie here connecting to that. Although we're not going to use this wire again. Let me just cut the wire. Cut. There we go. And then I can kind of just pull this out of this zip tie and remove that. There's a zip tie inside a sewing machine. There we go. You did your job well, zip tie. So this is what the light bulb circuit was in. Almost looks like it would be like a candle holder, you know, like a valance. Is that what it's called when you got candle holders that are attached to the wall and all they do is hold the candles? So I can kind of pull the wire through here. got like this turny thing right here. Almost looks like a car engine. Not really surprising. Ooh. I found a lever of some sort. It got stuck there. I guess you guys could tell if something happened down there when I pulled that. I don't know. I don't know why the screwdriver looks like this. I brought it up more for the visual value than for the actual, like, practical value of it. Oh, I did not like the feel of that. Okay. I put it down. Where did I put it down? Ah, I put it down here. Okay. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. There we go. Also, my nails are like super long right now, but I purposely avoided cutting them in case I needed to like grasp things here. Okay, so there's like something in the way here. Let's come up. That went good. There's that. I think if we remove this metal thing right here, we'll more easily get to the insides of this thing. I see there's a spring. The mechanical spring, not the actual spring, which will hopefully be upon us soon. Oh wait, there is a flat thing inside here, which is where I assume the bobbin goes. Or like the thread, it has to deal with the thread. Oh, I just scratched the screw. You just see that turn? Okay. So I actually see it like affecting some sort of spring lever inside. Oh man, okay. So I see this screw. I got like about 3/4 of a centimeter of the screw out. There's a full inch of the screw on the other side. This one's gonna need a Phillips. Where's my small Phillips guy? There we go. We're just gonna have to keep on turning. Keep on turning. Slow and steady wins the race. There's the reason the tortoise is favored over the hare. This is like the sewing equivalent of the scene in Encanto where Mirabel breaks into Bruno's tower and then she sees all the stairs and she starts singing like, we are in the Casa Magical. You think we'll be magic, but no. It's so weird to get a handle on the screwdriver because it's a freaking triangle. And then there's like this clip. It's like, where did Dad get this? He didn't get this from Lowe's. It looks like a promotional RAID controller storage solutions. We're gonna have to ask him about that later. Trying to think. I mean, at least as far as I've been alive, we haven't had too many like pest things. My huge like insect story comes from when I was studying abroad in Rome, and I discovered that ants can have wings. Oh, that's nightmare fuel. It's like I was buying like vinegar and spilling vinegar around and creating like little cinnamon trails, and at one point I just had to tell the hotel room, dudes, these ants are driving me crazy. Like the moment it was on my pillow, it's like, I've had enough. But no, our main problem here has been like mold. It's been taking years to like, we bought the house and then didn't realize it was flooding every time it rained, and so we've had to take certain precautions to make sure we took care of it whenever it rained. Almost there. Also, it doesn't help when your hands are like so sweaty and it's so hard to grasp the tool. I could be wearing gloves, but trying to think, do I wear gloves when I fix mechanical things at work? I wear gloves when I do the direct work. Almost there. Okay. Oh, came out. Where'd it go? Okay. Strikes me as like a needle. You don't want to step on it. So we got... Oh! I was expecting this to be like a solid nut. But instead, there's kind of like a... It's more like a gilded cage. There's that screw. Guess we got one more screw here. Let's get the flat screwdriver again. Oh no, that's not the flat one I want. You're the flat one I want. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. This screw is stripped. Oh yeah, that screw is stripped. Not in the sexy way either. I don't think screws can be stripped in the sexy way, honestly. A working screw is a good screw. It's like some, is that a button? No, that's like the top of a spring. Let me try. There you go, that comes across. Oh. This is like holding, this screw is holding a wire down. It's like one of those wires that you see is bent so clearly it's malleable, but it doesn't look like it's malleable by touch. Ah. There you go. Somewhere between a fishing hook and a modern art sculpture. By modern, I mean early 20th century, not the typical meaning of the word modern. Any art being made nowadays would be called contemporary. Although, naming an art movement modern, stupid idea. You don't name something for something that means new and then expect it to stay new over time. Things get old. It is so confusing. All right. Oh, there's like a wire around here. Ooh. We have ourselves a spring. There you go. There's another spring. There were like, I found 3 different springs so far. So I think I might want to take this apart. I gotta use the Phillips. Because the flat part's the part that's stripped. Nope, I think I just stripped my dad's screwdriver. Oops. If I break any of these tools irreparably, Dad, I will buy you new ones. We can go on a nice trip to Lowe's. I'm doing this at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so he has no idea I'm using his tools right now. Not that he would care. He wouldn't care at all. But covering all my bases here. There's another screw right here. Oh, another wire. Ooh. More modern art wire. long screw. Is that as long as the other one? Almost. Not quite. Almost. Nope. Oh, that's coming off, huh? That screw decided to come off. There's another screw over there. Oh, wow, that's a dangerous one. That's got like a little point. Woo. We've got a little panel right here. I got at some point that I'm going to reach said panel. It is starting to get warm again. It's like, goes so awkward when you switch between seasons. And spring is always the more awkward season than fall, I believe, because fall is like, okay, it's hot, now we're getting progressively colder. And like, you can slowly work towards getting colder, but when it's the heat, it's like the heat just, like, well, first it's all the cold wind, so you're like bundled up, and then when the cold wind drops, it's just, yeah. Weather according to Becky. Okay. Let's try to see if we can get this off, because this looks like it's attached to that. Like maybe, ooh, that's a good sign. You see that moving forward? Wait, how much? Oh, probably something I should have checked beforehand. But are there any screws on the bottom? This is physically attached. There are like these two knobs. I may have to get some sort of barrier here. Oh. Yeah. There you go. It's like the screw head bigger than a dime. Holding that on there. And there are only two of them. Aha! The bottom is off. All right. So my mom is a quilter, and that just unleashed a bunch of fabric scraps all over my desk. That's why she has all the sewing machines. She's a big like sewer and quilter. But that's what the bottom looks like. And I think there are screws on the bottom. If I can actually sit down for this part. If I undo the screws on the bottom, I might be able to easier reach some of this stuff. The good thing is these screws all look like they're the same size, which means I don't have to switch between screwdrivers too much. And it is considerate that they did like the Phillips screwdriver, like the Phillips flat mix screws. Because then you can either have a Phillips or a flat screwdriver and it would work. That came off, and wow, that is dusty. Oh my gosh, so dusty. Usually when mom sews, she has to wear a face mask. Even though she's by herself in the room when she sews. Yeah, that's where all the fabric was hiding. Let me show you the beautiful inner workings I just discovered. In fact, let's just move this around like this so you guys can see me dismantle this part. Oh, you're on the ground now. Okay, well, we'll just throw you in there. So you can see me dismantle some of this stuff. But yeah, that's like a dust fest in there. I had a feeling safety goggles weren't the only safety thing I should have been considering, but no. I think we're going to try to get this huge panel off. As I was saying, with like doing the combination flats and Phillips, it means you're more likely to be able to use the screwdriver that you got instead of having to go out and buy a new one. Alright, so that's going to come out. Will that come out with gravity? It did come out with gravity. Okay. Ooh. The rest of these are Phillips. Oh, that's like the biggest Phillips screwdriver head I've ever seen. Okay. Come on. There we go. Like, look at the head of that Phillips screwdriver. Like, maybe you can see it better over here, but like, huge. Most aren't like that. Oh, that one's far in. I always like it when it, well, by like, I mean kind of hate when the screw is like all the way in. It's like, how's it supposed, like, fortunately screwdrivers always like are usually relatively long. But it's like, how are you even supposed to put it in correctly to begin with? And that's moving. If the screwdriver would just stay in place. See, just like this. I had some interest in tools when I was growing up. That's why I've got some of my own. Oh, because I would, like, tear things apart. But I did help my dad with putting stuff together. Like, I definitely helped him putting in a faucet in one of the sinks. I also helped him with putting outlets in the kitchen at one point. I think if we also take... Yeah, that's the last thing you have yet to take off. But I think I'll have to take off some of these screws to make it more possible. Oh! Okay, that screw kind of like attached the whole thing for whatever reason. It's kind of like a load-bearing wall in the screw world. I had paint tools from my time in the Girl Scouts. It's like when I was 14 and all of us were like interns. Oop, that just came off. They gave us paint tools and like it was pretty handy just to have a toolkit. I seem to have lost my flat screwdriver from that, though. I hear this part. Got that off. And oh, look at that. That's the motor. That's the motor right in there. And got like that bar I could kind of see. There's another spring. There's this ton. Oh. Kind of like inside the toilet tank. That bit. This part came off, too. I feel like this has a way to come apart. These are the bobbins. These are the bobbins for the machine. Mom has some with like some golden thread right here. And some white thread right here. And another foot pedal. Put that down there. Let's see if I can like take the rest of this apart somehow. This kind of This part right here kind of reminds me of just like a rubber stamp you just put on to prevent things from going. But I wonder if I take off this last screw, if it makes any difference whatsoever. If not, we're not going to bother with it too much. Oh, that did something. We have excavated the plastic. A nice little lever right here. Oh, it's not just that. This is literally a screw stuck in the middle. Oh, is this why I brought up the socket wrenches? Let's find out did any of the socket wrenches I bring up actually fit. Because I was just kind of guessing here. It's too small, maybe the biggest one? Yeah, 8mm. There you go. Cut off the nut. There you go. So this here kind of looks like a buoy that you would have like bobbing in the ocean. Kind of like, don't go beyond this marker. The lifeguards will only save you if you're within the buoy. Well, this part looks like it should be a weapon in the game of Clue. It's like, Mr. Body was killed by Colonel Mustard in the study with the metal bar. Oh, there's more of these screwy things right there. I guess I should like wipe that down, maybe. So I think we're, ooh. Okay, so if I take off these two screws right here, I think I'll be able to take off, yeah, because I took out that screw. So I think I'll be able to take off this side, and then we'll be able to get to see the sewing machine from another angle. Let's do it then. Oh, this is one of those screws where it kind of has like the wide thing built in. Where it kind of looks like Saturn. It's got a little halo. See? This is, I don't remember much about physics, but I know enough about physics to know I am not leveraging my best method right now in order to unscrew that screw. I'm not putting the force in the direct spot. Try the screwdriver. Fit that screwdriver better, but you're stuck, you little sucker, you. Okay. What's this? Oh, that's a little Phillips. That's the right size Phillips. Oh. Give it another shot with this guy. Ah, there we go. Sometimes you just gotta take a deep breath, you know, just like, it's not working well, just give it a breath, collect your breath. Ha ha! Came off. Oh, I hope that wasn't too loud. Hope it didn't wake anybody up. So now, that's what the other side looks like. Ooh. That looks like a clock. That looks like a freaking clock. There's some gears in there. Probably just pull that gear off. Yeah. Maybe I can pull off this gear too. not as much luck with this one, but this turn off by itself? Or are you like stuck in there? No, that's kind of stuck in there. At least until I unscrew some other things. Like that. Trusty flat. I think that's probably like the main barrier to that particular gear coming out. Oh, but we're going to get to see how the light switch works. I got access to the light switch right here. Or to a switch. Oh, so the gear is kind of stuck now. It's going to be stuck till I can get that off. But yeah, let's start taking apart this light switch. That's going to require a much smaller Phillips. Where's my little interchangeable buddy? You're the one that's going to fit? Yeah, perfect fit. I just had to learn not to swallow this. My aunt once told us a story of her kid who was doing home repairs around the house, and he ended up swallowing a safety pin or like a screw or something like that, or nail maybe. And it's like, what an adorable story from when he was like a little kid, and she was like, he wasn't a little kid, he was 24 when he did that. It's like, oh, okay. Sorry we made that assumption. Oh no, that's stripping the screwdriver. Okay. Well, let's take a break on that for right now. I know I barely tried it, but try for more of these guys. Oh, that did some sort of a turn there. I don't know how long Mom's had this sewing machine. I mean, she's had her Kenmore for a while. I don't know if this is the Kenmore or this is like a newer Kenmore that just broke down. I think it's her Bernini. No, is it not her Bernini? Like, she had her trusty Kenmore for years, and then she got another, like, Dad got her another Kenmore. And then she got the super fancy one recently. Like, she told Dad, like, oh, it's not that fancy of a machine. And then the person selling the machine to Dad went like, wow, what a high-end machine. We're impressed. Dad's like, I'm not confident at the assumption that this machine isn't all that expensive now is. Oh, I just felt a big loosening there. I think we're about to get the motor out. Would you look at that? So this is taking a bit of a while. I think I'm going to make it like a 2-part video. So I'm just going to pause it right now. And then you'll be able to click up on another video in order to follow along with the rest of dismantling this thing. That's today's entertainment. Have a nice day.